When it comes to American motorsports, there really isn't. You usually think of stock car racing or IndyCar racing or even sports car racing across the schedule. However, there's nothing that quite beats good old-fashioned short track dirt oval racing here, and that's what we have here with the VDRA late model series here at the Lanier Speedway at the dirt configuration here for the opening round of this season. My name is Finity Kuna here with myself tonight at the moment. We're shortly joined by Kyle Heyer for some dirt track action, which we typically do not see here a lot on SimTV. We got a bunch of drivers here, a lot of familiar names and faces, as well as some new names and faces, and we'll see who'll be going up to the top of the standings here in just a little while. Qualifying is just about getting underway here for a lot of these drivers here, as we got a typical heat format setup, a couple heat races followed by a LCQ, and then a 50-lap feature to round out tonight. Taking a look at the qualifying standings at the moment, as most of the drivers have gotten their times underway. At the top of the standings, it's Clayton Johnson, Jaden Freiberger, Jacob York, Tyler Gary, and Jordan Martin, actually the first of the familiar names up in the standings. We got just about 24 drivers here tonight ready to get going here at Lanier Dirt Track. I would cut someone on the track, but it seems like everyone else has mostly gotten their time set and underway. Take a look though at some tracks, some facts about the dirt track. We'll take a look at some of the weather configuration we got set up for tonight. Air temp 65 degrees in the air, track pretty much cool, actually slightly cooler than that underneath. Humidity about 80% with some slight wind heading out of the night, and it's also cloudy out here at Lanier. There's a couple more minutes here before we get the first of our several heats underway in just a moment's time. And again, once again, it's the VDRA late model series brought to you by SimTV. And glad to see a couple of these drivers, notably looking at the field: Carter Koop, Travis Beckner, Jacob Bell, Brent Pancari, Mason Kane, Casey Lakatos, Bryce Sanizek, Ryan Swan, Chris Seidenfein, all on the roster, getting ready to go in just a moment's time. And qualifying is just about to end, and we'll head on to the first of several heat races for tonight. And we'll get ready to grid here. Looking to set about first heat, 6 drivers on the grid. And heading down to the grid, we'll take a look at our first lineup for our very first heat race for the night. And we'll go quickly through our starting lineup with not that many cars. Clayton Johnson starting on pole. Jaden Freiberger will be starting next to him in second place. Moving on back to row number 2, Jacob York going to be starting in third in the number 97. Tyler Gary lined up in the 26 in fourth place. Jordan Martin will line up in fifth in the 17. Daryl Bass will be in the 90 car, rounding out our small field of 6 cars for heat number 1. These heats are going to go by extremely quickly, only 8 laps set. So the pace truck heads off and underway. As these drivers will be facing the dirt here for the first time, and have the track mostly in the freshest state that it'll be for the race this evening. As they get through the pace laps, they get another check at the weather once more. Nothing much has changed as the session's ticked over. Still very cool on the racetrack for the cars and for these drivers to get underway. Pace car going to be heading, or I should say the pace truck heading off the track. Field control of the numbers 25 Clayton Johnson. Green flag in the air for the first of of 8 laps. Johnson off and away. Meanwhile, Jordan Martin, Carter Coupe fighting it out for second place. In behind them, Brent Pucari trying to also work his way on through, as they work their way already for the first few laps. Pucari in the middle, Carter Coupe down low, Jordan Martin on the outside, trying to just barely get ahead. Clayton Johnson, meanwhile, has checked out. Still side by side for these drivers that are just about halfway through this heat. Carter Coupe will just about get ahead of the 17, and he'll secure second place. Jordan Martin back to third, still trying to put up a fight. In behind, but Carter Coupe will still just remain up ahead. 3 laps to go. In behind, Brent Pucari fighting it out. Now with the 5 of Connor Hughes to his inside. And the 5 of Connor Hughes will just about get ahead of Brent Pucari. He'll secure 4th place. Carter Coupe back to second. Sorry, I should say Jordan Martin in third. And as the field takes the white flag, it's still that tight battle for a second place. 17, Jordan Martin trying to see if he can throw off something up the inside. He will throw a pass up the inside, but can't get it done, with Clayton Johnson taking the win. Jordan Martin will secure second place. Carter Coupe, Brent Pucari in 4th, Connor Hughes in 5th, with Chris DeBoer in the 56 in 6th place. And actually got Brad Slaughter in the booth with me. Brad, glad for you to join me. Hang on 1 second, got to give you my other headset. There we go. Brad, can you hear me?
I got you, Finney. Yep, I'm working on getting my PC up. I heard I just got called out of the bullpen, and so I'm getting my stuff set up now, and I will sound a lot better here in about 30 seconds.
No worries, no worries. Glad you can join me, Brad. Glad to be talking with you. I haven't had a lot of chance to talk with you.
Yeah, no, normally I'm sitting behind the driver's seat, but we're gonna switch it up tonight. We're gonna jump in the broadcast booth. I've been working on my radio voice, so I've been waiting for this opportunity my entire life, and I'm ready to rock and roll with you, man. I think we're gonna have a good one here tonight. I know Dawson's been working real hard getting all this set up for everybody, and I think we got a good show incoming here tonight.
I think we definitely do. One thing's for certain is that my scoring is not liking this format at the moment.
We're gonna work through the bugs, you know. It's a first race. We're gonna get it all. We're gonna get it all figured out.
There we go. I was trying to. My timing screen is showing me different names than what is on my sticker, oddly enough. But taking a look at the drivers we got set to go, and actually I just remembered that doesn't work for this. But taking a look, we got Jaden Freiberger, Darrell Bass in second place. Back in row number 2, Austin Davis, Mason Kane, and row number 3, Casey Lakatos in 5th, with Chris Seidenfein in 6th place. Ready to get going here, and they're off and away. These heats go by quick. Green flag in the air for Freiberger. Darrell Bass going to throw it in the middle, trying to keep the defense going. Austin Davis on the inside, trying to throw it now up the inside. Sliding in behind is Mason Kane as well in 4th. And off they go again into turn 1. Still a lot closer action than we saw in the first heat. Number 90, Darrell Bass, trying to catch up and see if he can take the lead away from Freiberger. Austin Davis in behind. The 90 looking up just a little bit high. 19 of Davis looking down low. Battle for the lead still hot in pursuit. The number 90, Darrell Bass, working in behind. Mostly single file for these drivers, as the caution is out, actually. To me the caution's out. It looks like it's still green on the racetrack. Number 90, Daryl Bass in behind still. Davis in second, Mason Kane third, Casey Lacotis in fourth, and Chris Seidenfeiden back in sixth place. Out of contention at the moment. The 90 trying to get up there here. White flag in the air for heat number 2. He's got one more shot to throw. Not sure what he's going to have for the 24. Here we go. Final time into turns 3 and 4. The 24 up high, the 90 down low. Almost side by side, but not quite enough. Freiberger will take the win in heat number 2.
I'm sure that was a great race, Finney, and I'm about to get in here. I'm loading into the session now. I'm going to get some eyes on this race, and it sounds incredible.
Has been good. The crazy thing is just how quick it is compared to the normal stock car races. By the time it gets going, it's already done. And for the most part, we've seen it be pretty much runaways for the drivers in the lead, which I guess is not too surprising, which with the short amount of laps we have.
Yeah, I think once we get into the featured races, the tire wear will come into effect a lot more than it will here in these heat races. And the longer we go tonight, the more the track will get rubbered in, of course. And I think that'll tend itself to seeing some more comers and goers.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we're already rolling again for the next heat number 3.
Okay, I've got some eyes on it now.
Wonderful. And got on pole for heat number 3, Jacob York, followed by Jacob Bell in second place. In row number 2, Ed Robertson, followed by Casey Borgmeyer in the 101 in fourth. Dolan Kane in the 7 in fifth place, and Ryan Swan will be sixth place in the number 20.
Got the battle of the Jacobs up front. We got Ryan Swan bringing up the rear. He's got a little bit of ground to make up there if he wants a better starting position in that feature.
See, he's going to have to fight for it. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, old nose to tail, a little bit of contact, especially in the outside lane, but we're off and away. We're green here for heat number 3. Jacob York immediately taking the spot for the lead away. This time now the 64 Ed Robertson trying to throw it to the inside and make a move. He can slide up and secure that third spot, and they're door banging in behind.
Yeah, Jacob Bell, he's hanging on tight there on the top, though. It's a great battle there for second place. Gets a little bit of the wall there going into 3. Oh, we got trouble in the back.
Contact, I think that was Ryan Swan and
Swan and Borgmeyer.
Borgmeyer as well making contact, so they're both out of it at least for the top few spots, the transfer spots especially.
The race is still on for second and third, though. I mean, they are all over each other. You can cover them with a blanket there for second place.
And it might not be over yet. Looking to the inside is the number 7, Dalton Kane, trying to make a move. Trying to get ahead of Jacob Bell. Jacob Bell on the top side. And actually gets pulled out of the
there
spot.
into 1. Yep, throws a slider into 1. Here comes Bell crossing him up, going into 3. He's not going to throw the slider. He's going to play. He's going to see how it plays out here. Looks like Dalton's going to get the spot. He's going to go after Robertson now for second.
Bell not done yet. I should say he is done after that. Still going to try to throw up on fight, but doesn't quite have anything for the 7 at the moment. It's trying to now look and see can Ed Robertson try to mount any sort of charge to the lead. Looks like Jacob York's taking it away.
Yeah, York is pulling away. These guys back here are just scrapping it out for second. It looks like Kane's making up a little bit more ground there on Robertson for second. Bell's falling back a little bit. They're running the bottom in 1 and 2.
Drivers trying to migrate, find the grip where it is. Couple drivers looking up high, a few looking down low. The 7 in particular, Kane looking down low. As the heat is over, trying to make the move, it'll be Jacob York taking home the win. That'll finish out heat number 3. And on to the next one.
Yeah, that was a great little battle there for third and second there.
Yeah, fantastic leads up for the front. Not really. We saw a slight battle in heat number 2, but otherwise looks like the lead. It's kind of hard to touch with.
Yeah, the leader gets such a great jump, and then like I said, those guys are just scrapping it out for second and third, and they're throwing sliders on each other, and it's really hard to get into a groove and run that leader down. He's just out there all on his own. All he's got to do is focus on is just hitting his marks and pulling away, and those guys are just back there slowing everybody down. So, like I said, we may get a challenger here in this one. I mean, that's no slouch. They're starting in second on the outside, and Travis Beckner. So. No, Gary's going to get the jump here, but I wouldn't count Beckner out for this one. This will probably be one of the better heats that we see tonight.
And just want to say, just look how beautiful this race car looks. The number 27, he put a lot of work.
The 96 too. I mean, the 96 is gorgeous as well.
Jordan Navarro, yeah, it's another beautiful. I want to say if they were almost painted by the same guy, it looks very similar.
Now there could be a conversation to be had about the 26. I mean, it's nice. I'm not gonna, everybody has their taste, but that's a questionable. I've not seen that style on the dirt.
Simplistic, I guess, is the style for the
It's
26.
very
That's Tyler Gary starting on pole. Travis Beckner to his outside. JJ Crow in third. Jordan Navarro in fourth. Senizak fifth. And Jordan Swan rounding out our field of 6. Heat number 4 getting ready to go underway. 26 Gary leads them off. Trying to see if he can secure that spot. Beckner trying to work it around the outside, power it around to get some sort of leg room. Now we'll do it to the inside, carrying the momentum. Slide job in front of the 26. Can he get it going?
Oh, and he gets a little bumper there from Gary on the way by as he goes back into 1. Beckner again, he gets a good run on the top, and he closes right up to the bumper. What's he going to do here? Just going to lay it right on his door here through 3 and 4. He's just going to be hanging on him here at the start-finish line.
Another dive down low, trying to see if he can push the 26 out of the way. Not quite enough. They will remain still side by side, but that outside lane, the momentum carried, will be the 26 for now. Meanwhile, behind, battles are looking pretty intense. The 21 of JJ Crow in third, then in fourth, Bryce Senizak. Joseph Swan, not sure if he had an issue, but he's fallen a little bit ways behind the pack.
But Beckner is still I mean, he's all over Tyler Gary up here for the lead. I mean, he's got this one line in 1 and 2 figured out. He gets a great run down the back. Gary changes it up a little bit on him in 3 and 4, and it doesn't look like he's as good as him there. But man, Beckner, I mean, he is all up underneath that 26.
Trying to see if he can make a move, trying to see if he can make it work. So far, still single file in behind. Then Beckner back to the inside again once more, trying to see if he can push the 26 out of the way.
He changed the lineup a little bit. Yeah, he changed the lineup on him a little bit. We're coming to the white flag right here. It's going to be one more flap around. What does Beckner got? I know he wants to throw a slider bad. I know he wants that 4th spot. What's he going to do going in here into 3? He sent it, but Gary sent it just as hard. And Gary's going to pull it off. He's going to take the heat.
Take the win ahead of Travis Beckner, JJ Crow in third, Navarro fourth, Bryce Senizak fifth, and Joseph Swan distantly back in 6th place. And if my math is correct, we got one more heat lined up for these drivers. No.
Skipped it.
Skipped it. Okay, I thought there was one more heat. I guess that is not.
No. Everybody's here. I think we ended up with exactly 24, so we didn't have to have a consolation. We didn't have to send anybody home. Everybody's going to race. They're going to go out here for about a 5-minute warm-up and shake the cars down one more time. We're now under a lot cooler temperatures, and that's going to change up things as well. So they get this last opportunity to see how their cars handle, and then it's time to go rip in the feature.
You can see everyone getting out there on the racetrack at the moment. I'm actually kind of glad. I thought for a second I misunderstood what time of day it is. I went and recorded some B-roll footage for the race tonight, and I looked and I was like, oh, it's in daytime? I'm kind of surprised by that.
You'll have that, Well, like I said,
I like it, though. It's more realistic. You have all the heats and everything in the beginning, and then as it gets to night, get the actual race underway.
That's right, yeah. That's the same way it is here at my local dirt track, and I'm sure many more across America. You show about 5:30, and then when they get the show on the road, normally about 11 o'clock at night. And that's if you're lucky.
I think everyone get out there on the racetrack. Getting up, warmed up, ready to go. And Brad, I'm curious, what's your level of dirt racing experience?
Very little dirt racing experience. Absolutely no real world experience. We have a huge wreck in turn 1. A lot of cars. See Carter Cooper.
Oh boy.
I got a little bit of iRacing dirt experience. I did not honestly think I was quite skilled enough to compete with these guys out here tonight. I know we got some really good dirt racers here. So I kind of withheld from signing up just to save myself the embarrassment and the caution flags. But I do enjoy the dirt racing. It's a fun discipline. It's a little bit different from a lot of the guys here. You know, we run the asphalt stuff pretty common, and it's a good little change up. You know, you have to work the wheel a lot, and it can help you on the asphalt side as well as far as your car control and stuff like that. So you really got to know how to wheel one. You got to be able to read the track. You got to be able to see when the lines are changing, where it's going. To win one of these things. So you'll see tonight, you know, the guys that are up front and win this thing, you know, they'll be looking around, they'll be finding that fresh dirt, they'll be the best of the best out here. So it's a hard discipline to learn and to figure out, but I can appreciate that. So I'm excited to watch the show, man. Like I said, I'm a spectator tonight, or I guess a commentator, not a spectator, a commentator.
You got upgraded, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, I got promoted.
No, I appreciate you joining me in the booth. Yeah, no, for me, I don't have a lot of dirt racing experience myself. It's fairly new. I have an A license, but honestly, I'm sure as you can attest, that doesn't really mean a whole lot in iRacing. The iRating, I think, is more of an indicator. I definitely appreciate dirt racing. I wish I was better at it. It definitely requires a completely different skill set in a lot of ways. In some ways, it's similar to old racing, but it requires a lot more finesse that I just can't quite get my handle on it. But I have a huge amount of appreciation for people that do and are able to perform at this high of a level. And I've seen a couple quick drivers tonight, and of course now we're going to slap them all together in one big feature, 50 laps on the board. And we'll see who can take home the win, the first win of not only the season, but of the series.
Yeah, it's monumental night for VDRA. You know, this is the inaugural race, and we're going to talk about this one for years to come, I'm sure. I always think back to the inaugural area race that honestly I was lucky enough to win in the truck series, and I take a lot of pride in that. So somebody here tonight is going to get to say they won the first ever VDRA race.
And especially with the talent that's in area as well, I'm not surprised. I'm glad to see quite a few of those drivers come aboard on the dirt side of things to see what they can do. Oh, we see a big wreck down the 24. And I guess that's the thing of how are you anticipating? Do you think we're going to see a couple wrecks early on, or do you expect maybe to be fairly clean and green? Obviously, we kind of hope it's going to be green, but what do we anticipate with throwing all these cars together at once?
I do think we have the potential for maybe an early yellow or two, but I know, like I said, I know we got a bunch of talented guys in here, and I know you mentioned the area crossover. And I know a lot of these guys, like I said, if you're coming from area, you probably have an asphalt oval. That's probably normally your primary discipline. But I know I mentioned guys like Travis Beckner. I mean, he can drive just about anything you put him in. And I would argue that he's just as fast on dirt as he is on asphalt. And I'll be really excited to see how he lines up against some of these other dirt guys tonight.
Intense to see what's going to happen as warm-up period's just about coming to an end in just a few seconds time, and then we'll begin the main event, the feature race. 50 laps for these drivers to overcome, and we'll see who will be taking home the W here at the end of this race. Check
one thing I have noticed here. Yeah, one thing I have noticed here in the warm-up the last couple minutes is look fairly clean. A lot of cars on track, and I didn't see a whole lot of carnage outside of that one wreck that I saw early there. So maybe we do have the potential to get some early green flag runs in here.
I'm definitely hoping for it, because I've been in many dirt races in the past, and I can tell you, a lot of pacing on the official side of things. This is when dirt racing first came out, though, so I guess I got to kind of give it to that. Everyone's still figuring out what to do, but it's been quite a few years now since dirt's been on iRacing.
Yeah, I remember when it was coming out, man. I mean, it's crazy to think now that it's been here for as long as it has, but same thing with like the rain and all that stuff. It was just one of those things that you never really thought it was coming. You hear people talk about it, you see it in the forums, you get the updates from the devs, but it was like, man, is it really ever coming? And to see what it's become now on iRacing, and to see how far it's come with the track model and the tire wear and everything that goes into it, it really has evolved into one of iRacing's premier series.
Let's go through quickly your starting lineup. At least first couple rows of 25. Clayton Johnson will be starting on pole. Next to Jaden Freiberg will be rolling off in second place. Then in third, going back another row, it'll be Jacob York in the 97. Tyler Gary in the 26 starting next to him.
Yep, and rolling off behind him is going to be Carter Coop. And lined up next to him, you're going to have Daryl Bass. Then you'll have Ed Robertson lined up there in P7, and it's going to be Travis Beckner back in P8.
Carter Copley rolling off 9th in the 52 machine. Austin Davis in the number 19 will be rolling off in 10th. Then 11th, Ed Robertson and J.J. Crow in 12th.
I'm reading a different lineup.
I think it is. I'm not sure. I can't tell if my thing's messed up or not for this, but we'll have to see. We'll see how it is when it ends up, because our scoring typically doesn't like heat races. I thought it was correct for a second, but we'll see how the order correctly fills itself out. Here's Rick Green for the first race in VDRA, off and away here at Lanier.
Yep, in the battle zone already for the lead. 76 is going to get out there a little bit, but 24 is right on his heels, and the caution's already out.
Caution out near the back. Trying to see who was the cause for it.
See J.J. Crow slow coming out of turn 2 right now.
And we'll take a look at the first replay for tonight and see what on earth happened to him. At least we'll try to see. My scoring is not having a good time tonight, seems. ETV was freezing up on me, which is no good.
From what I see here, it looks like the 31 of Mason Kane might have got into him going into turn 1. Just got him turned around. Tried to get off of him, but we had a couple other cars piling in there. Bryce Senesac being one of them, and the 35 as well. I don't see a ton of damage there, but definitely some a couple pretty solid impacts on some of those cars.
You can see him turn around. I had to click the buttons manually to get it to work. There goes contact with the 31, like you said, that sent him around.
And the 09 comes in, just kind of know where to go for Bryce. Like I said, don't see a lot of race-ending damage on any of those cars. I think everybody's going to be able to continue on.
Up near the lead, they're off and away. Back green again once more at Lanier.
Clayton Johnson with a good jump, but Jaden's right there on his bumper again, kind of doing what Beckner did there in that fourth heat. It's a good run on the outside. And he's going to stay right there on his quarter as they come to the start-finish line. 3 wide for third. Jacob York, Tyler Gary, and Carter Coop. I mean, they're brawling back here. And throw the 90 in there, Daryl Bass as well.
Fantastic fight for position in the midfield here as the leaders trying to separate themselves and break away as the competition behind them fights it out. 97 up high. Not a whole lot of drivers going all the way up high. A couple drivers stayed in the middle, especially low early on. Are we surprised by that?
Well, we got another caution out. We got trouble back here in the back again. Not seeing who it was.
Who was it? That is a great question.
It might have been just a loop, and they got back going because I don't see anybody that was in too big of trouble there.
We shall manually look at through our replay here.
I'm looking through everybody here. I'm trying to see who this could have been. Oh, I think we might have had the 99 of Chris Seidenfeld and gotten a little out of shape going into turn 1. He tried to stay off the 20 and just got a little bit sideways there and locked it down just to stay out of everybody's way. Got it back going. No damage there. Looks like he's going to be okay. No harm, no foul.
Couple small incidents, which I guess is what I mostly expect. There's Seidenfeld getting stuck there on camera.
Yeah. You got it back going. Like I said, I think he's going to be all good there.
Got the field doubled up, ready to go. No real change for the leaders. And they get back going once more.
Johnson got a great jump that time. Gary looking to the inside, wanting to take over second place from Jaden.
And he's going to throw it to the inside. Tyler Gary trying to take that spot away, but I think he actually will get it because the caution is out once more.
Let's see where this one came from.
Saw someone spun back there. I think, is that Ed Robertson? It is in the 64.
Oh, down there to the inside. I see him now.
Did he get stuck? Did someone hit him? Got in contact with the 27 of Travis Beckner and had the 17 finish him off.
That was one thing I have that happened to me a lot when I was running some of the practice races with these guys. Is it's very easy to come off the bottom and kind of misjudge where that outside car is. You know, you don't have a lot of visibility out of these things, and that's something that's very easy to do. So you'll probably see that a lot as the night goes on.
Gonna bear with me. You're gonna see everything disappear as I try to restart our graphics package. Been having a lot of issue tonight, which is why I've been seeming more confused than I otherwise am. I've been showing the race constantly under caution, and the order completely messed up. And I want to say now it's sorted out. Try to reload the theme here and get us back going.
Yeah, they were back underway up front. It's going to be Johnson jumping out there again. Jaden's sticking with him a little bit closer than he did on the last one. He sends it in deep into turn one. Going to try to get a big run off the corner here. Gary's looking to his inside. Johnson down there ripping the bottom as we got a lap car. Mason Kane up here right in front of the leaders, it looks like. Got a little bit of damage on that 31 car, I see.
Yeah, and that can possibly throw a big wrench into things here as they're in a tight battle for the lead. Nearly 3 wide coming off the corner. The 26 of Gary is not giving up, and they're going to go 3 wide in the corner. The 25 gets the wall a little bit, and the caution out once more, and I think Gary got the lead.
Oh yeah, we've got big junk back here in turn one. I mean, it's the 90 of Daryl Bass, I think, is where it starts. Looks like he may have gotten turned. Similar situation to what happened on that last caution. Like I said, I mean, it's very easy to misjudge coming off that corner, especially when they're 3 wide, and it causes massive junk here.
Oh, who was the first one? I see the 96 in there.
I believe it starts with the 90. When they come off the 4 here.
One big gaggle of drivers. Oh, the 90 is already around. Oh, and then they just come flying into it.
Yeah.
So now, how did the 90 get around of Daryl Bass? Oh, he's around on the front straightaway.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is one of them situations like I was talking about. I mean, it's very easy to misjudge, and maybe that car on the bottom doesn't know they're 3 wide, and they just right here.
Yep, there it is.
They go around, he comes back up, bam! I mean, big contact there. Now that one's gonna leave some damage. Oh, there goes a spoiler flying.
There he is, stuck on the pits. Well, it looks like that refresh helped it out. Everything's working like it should be. For the moment.
Yeah, we all know how technology is.
Oh, yeah. So everything should be... I can get the replays going correctly, and for the rest of this race should have an accurate lap count as well, because I wasn't exactly sure what lap it was for a second, but all said and good. We'll see here, though, as Clayton Johnson off and away takes an aggressive start. 24 Feitberger is trying to come in behind, as well as Tyler Gary working around the outside. Beckner now also trying to make a name for himself and punch his way upside the top 3.
Yeah, Jaden got a great jump there, and he took over that second place from Tyler Gary, and now he's trying to fend off these 2 behind him. I see Beckner, he's finally starting to creep up here. You know, he started back in the 8th position, but he's already slowly, quietly worked his way up here into the top 5. And I'm telling you, he's going to be there before this thing's all said and done. Because they're 3 wide coming off of turn 4 back here.
Austin Davis also in the mix, as well as a great view of the battle for the leaders. In behind the 97, you see him riding up around the outside of York. Carter Coop as well in the middle of this battle. Also tight quarters with each other as well. And now going to throw to the inside. Ooh, made some contact. Pushed the 97 almost around. And that really bullied the 52 of Coop out of the way.
Yeah, Carter lost a lot of momentum there. Looked like he lost about 2 or 3 spots. And back up front, I see Beckner. He's digging underneath Tyler Gary. He's ripping this inside here, looking for 3rd position. I mean, he's made up a lot of spots in a very, very short amount of time. Leader is still Johnson. He's still out front. 2nd place still Jaden. Jacob York in 3rd position.
And look at how these guys are all mostly glued to the bottom in the leaders. Not a whole lot of guys serving up top. Saw 31 of Kane in the wall in the background. We remain green.
Travis falling back just a little bit now from that battle, and it looks like these top 3 are going to separate themselves just a little bit as we got a battle for 2nd. York looking to the inside of Jaden.
Dalton Kane trying to battle with the 97 of York, trying to take that spot away. Close quarters, almost making contact on the straightaway, but 97 of York just able to hang on to 5th. That puts Kane back in 6th place. And now Kane will go up high.
Yeah, he went way high, all the way to the wall there in turn 1 and 2. Got a great run off the corner, though. Looks like he's looking for that fresh dirt. Gets a little wall tap there, but there's some good grip up there if he can make it work.
19 Austin Davis, who we were looking at before, he's still in the mix. He's way up there trying to ride the cushion if it's there. The 77 of Jacob Bell, just saw in the background. He's in the wall. I think he's got some damage. He hit that pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks like he's lost that right front toe link on that 77 car. He's going to have to park it, and he's going to maybe try and get to the pits here, and it's going to bring out a yellow.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, he just missed the entrance.
Pulled off. Yeah, just misjudged it there just a little bit. Missed it by about 10 feet. No, he wasn't really trying to do that on purpose. I think he was just trying to get out of everybody's way. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't notice with the new damage model with these cars. You can't just kind of, they used to be able to tank a lot more, I feel like. Now, you actually do have to be careful on how you hit these walls.
Yes, they're extremely sensitive, and there's a lot of cases now. Now, that's some pretty significant contact, but there are some cases where you just barely tap that thing, and if you've got any amount of wheel into it, it'll just snap that tie rod right in half, and you'll be going off into the next corner. You'll have no idea. You go off in and just go straight to the wall.
Replay watching him handle the wheel, and you see right there. And you want to get close to that wall, but obviously you don't want to get into it, and that's the perfect example of why not right there. So unfortunate end for Jacob Bell's day, as he was looking to have a pretty solid run inside the top 10. And we're under caution once more. 19 laps of 50 complete. And we get double file once more, ready to go. Love these quick cautions.
Yeah, that's very nice. I do enjoy that about the dirt racing stuff. You don't get that on the asphalt side. Sometimes you're there for 2, 3, 5 minutes. As we're back under green here.
Back under green. Freiberger up around the outside, trying to see if he can make something work. What does he got to do different to try to take this lead? It seems he gets so close, but is yet so far.
Well, I think it's going to take this bottom line eventually going away. I think these guys are going to run this bottom line in enough here that it's finally going to rubber up, and I think that line may stretch up back up to the top a little bit here, and I think that's what he's looking for in the fresh dirt. It looks like he's got a great run and making some speed up there. Just got to get it hooked up there. I know it's real hard to get stuck there on the entry to these corners when you're in that slick. They make it look easy, but I'm telling you, man, it's ice out there. As he gets a good run there through 3 and 4, they're almost 3 wide for the lead. We got Gary now ripping the bottom. He managed to get underneath the 76 of Johnson. They're 3 wide for the lead here going into 3 and 4.
3 wide amongst these drivers. And Gary actually has to back out of it. Still side by side for the lead between Freiberger and Johnson. And Freiberger's almost got it. Ooh, a little bit of contact from Johnson trying to get back through. Freiberger finally on through to the lead. Now, can he hold it? That's going to be the big question.
Yeah, what's he going to do with it now? You know, he's been the cat this entire time. Now he's the mouse. Can he keep these guys behind him? And what is the 76 going to do different to get back to his bumper? It looks like he's going to go rip the lip in 3 and 4. He's got a good run. Him and Tyler Gary make contact there going into 1 and 2. Gary's got a good run on the bottom. He's looking for the lead as well. What a battle we got here for the lead.
Yeah, I was going to say Gary's got to be, well, not Gary, but Johnson's got to be careful because he keeps running up high. Gary can just slide in front of him like that and kill his momentum on the straightaway. Caution out again.
All right, let's see where it is this time.
So the 19 reset to the pits, and I think he might be the culprit here. Hit the wall. I'm not sure he's trying to get back going. Ooh, hit by Senizak in the 09, and then up he went.
Man,
oof.
That's unfortunate for the 09 there. I really had nowhere to go. I mean, the car just pulls down right in front of him. That's unfortunate.
Fortunate end for his night. That means we got just about 18, 19 cars. Oh, it looks like Jacob Bell's actually back out on the racetrack. Got that thing repaired. And he will rejoin us only 1 lap down.
Yeah, it looks like Senisak's also going to try to get his repaired as well. See him driving through the pits here now. May lose a lap or 2, but I think he's going to try and get back out there.
Worth it for the points to get it repaired, get back out there. Just over halfway through this feature. here for the VDRA Late Model Series, the first race here at the Lanier Dirt Track. And still really anyone's race up near the front. I would say really between these top two, anyone's got a shot. We'll see how they go now on the restart. The first time, Freiberg's bring them on down, and immediately the 25 all over the back of him, trying to make it on through. The 26 of Gary trying to make headway on the bottom.
Yeah, they're really close across the front end of that 76 there whenever they took the green. But he made it work, and he's got that 76 and the 26 just tucked all up underneath him. Almost made contact going into 1 and 2, and now the 97 is going to throw his hat in this battle as well. Don't count out Jacob York. He is making a run here and looking to the inside of the 76.
He's been quietly sitting by. Can he make a move? Well, Tyler Gary, he's ready to make a move up near the front, trying to push the 24 out of line. He's been running this low line nearly the entire race, and I think it might work for him here in just a couple laps.
Yeah, he's got good momentum, and he looks like he's going to have the lead at the line just by a nose. I also saw it looked like the 97 threw it into turn 1 last lap by and got into Johnson a little bit, and he was not happy about it on the radio. So keep an eye on that battle as well, but it looks like Gary may get clear here on the exit. He's done it. He's got the lead here. And now the 24 pursuit.
24 up in the wall for a second. Looks like he's recovered. But he's definitely lost the lead. Might lose out to second place here.
Yeah, Johnson, looks like all these guys right here are just looking for grip anywhere they can find it. Gary is really kind of running in the black here, but he's making it work. Looks like he's found a little something. But these guys are searching desperately to find that fresh dirt and that extra grip.
And you can see, whoa, I was going to say you can see it all patting down here as there was a car sideways and somehow not a caution.
Yeah, and Dalton Kane not happy again on the radio. Doesn't sound like really appreciate being able to hear what the drivers are saying over the radio.
There's a 21 that made contact with him. I'm amazed this did not bring out a caution. He was dead sideways on the track.
They continue on.
They will continue on to the 7's dismay. And he's going to be hoping for a caution to kind of restack the field and get them going. But Tyler Gary definitely doesn't want to see a caution because he's got the lead and 15 laps to go. And he's liking the way things are playing out here at the moment. Looking like 25 of Johnson, who was dominant so early on in this race. You can check he's led 16 of the 36 laps we've had so far. And he's now under attack. Potentially might lose out on third place in the 97 Jacob York. We talked about just being very quiet sitting here. Started in third, is running in fourth. Doesn't really drop lower than eighth. So he's got a great run here.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, this could be something to do potentially with the tire wear factor that we have in these cars now. If you're out there and you're staying in throttle wide open, and that may have been what he was doing when he was out there out front, it can really hurt your tires there on the back end of that running. Maybe Gary was saving just a little bit for these boys there to start the race. So you really can't count that out anymore on the dirt side of things.
If they can, it looks like the leaders are actually starting to get into some lap traffic. I didn't really think that would be much of a factor, but here it is. We've gotten a decent green flag run. Here they're having to all look to the inside. Lap cars taking the outside. Issue is they're all going to converge on the exit here. The 24 just gets ahead.
It looks like everybody's playing nice. Everybody's doing a great job of staying out of the way and letting these leaders race it out. I mean, we got 4 of them up here, all within about a second of each other. Anybody's race still, but everybody gets through clear, clean, and green, and the battle is still on for the lead as the 24 is closing back in on Gary.
Closing back in. Take a look quickly, a look at some other battles going on. Connor Hughes, Dalton Kane duking out for position further on back. This is one of the other closest battles on the track, other than the one for the lead. It's separated out for now. I say that. They make contact. Here comes the 7 up the inside of the 5. He's not giving it up. He's frustrated. You can tell.
Oh, big contact again. 2 corners in a row. I think Kane's had enough. I think he is going to get back to the front one way or another.
He's tired of being the ball, wants to be the bat. And he's going to shove his way ahead of the 5 and take away 9th place, but not for long. It was the 5. He's probably also angry on the hood. It's be a caution
now the
right
5
here.
is in prime position. Yeah, now he throws a big slider. The 7 checks up, lets him have it, and then gives him the door right back. What a battle. Oh, and they bang. The 7 loses a spoiler. They both basically throw sliders into 3 on each other. And at the line, they touch again.
5 laps to go. Nothing really getting close for the lead. The 7 of Dalton Kane, his car is wrecked and stopped. Caution now once again.
Oh, and they are letting each other have it right now over the radio. I can
I'm
tell
sure.
He is not a happy camper. Let's see what happens here. Made contact again. Oh, I think that contact may have broke the 7.
Oh, yeah, that's why he
I think
stopped
that
like
last
that. But
contact.
rewind a little bit, take a look at the last couple laps of this.
It's a wonder they didn't break sooner, to be honest with you, the way they were beating and banging.
Absolute bloodbath between these two.
Throws the slider. Like I said, 5's in prime position here. Now he gets to throw the door. 7 checks up, thinks better of it, gives him a door right back.
I'm honestly impressed that they didn't wreck this entire time. That's kind of impressive that they didn't. As aggressively as they were driving, they didn't completely take each other out.
Yeah, that's the great thing about these cars. They're just enough power. Yeah, you see there, that contact going into 1, it got that right front and just broke that toe link, and it finally, it had enough. They had beat it enough, and finally lets go there going into 1. Unfortunate. What a great battle that was. I hate to see that end.
Was a great battle, but we're going to get re-racked and restacked here with just a couple laps left to go. I know the timing hasn't exactly been working, although it's been registering the drivers in the correct position. Amount of laps, can tell you. Got 5 coming to the restart. Going to have 4 laps to go. It's going to be a very quick one here in single file as well. Here we go. Get ready. You see the 24 trying to come down low, jump the start, get something going. Green flag back in the air for these drivers. Just a couple laps remaining. Tyler, Gary, Freiberg, Johnson, York, and Martin, your top 5.
Yeah, I think him actually trying to jump that start hurt him more than it helped him, because it looks like he got rear-ended there, got his rear tires picked up, and the caution is out again. Let's see what happened now. Everybody getting antsy here to end the race.
Let's see if there's anyone's around. I can't see anyone around. Generally don't know who that was for.
Ed's talking about being touched. Let's see what happened with Ed here. Oh, I found it. Let's see the 13th round.
There's Lacatus. Yep. Little 360 and back underway for him.
Those are always so hard to find. They happen so quick and then they're over, and it's like, what happened here?
And the field bunched up once again. That means on one other attempt for the 24 of Freiberger to have a shot and take the lead back away from Tyler Gary.
It's going to be a 3-lap shootout here, it looks like. Maybe do we get a delayed yellow here?
I think there we go. 1 to green this time by.
1 to green this time, okay.
We'll see. Does the order remain, or could we see a change in position? These top 3 have been going at it all night long. It can all change in just a handful of laps. Here we go. Gary on the jump. In the middle of turn 3. Green flag back in the air here at Lanier. 24 not as good of a restart this time by a big jump for the 26.
Yeah, the 26 took off way early. I'll be interested to hear what the admins have to say about that start. Sounds like they were maybe getting ready to make a call.
Lane Johnson trying to get something going in from 3rd place, but mostly single file. Caution out once more.
It sounds like Travis Beckner may be involved.
Oh, that car definitely looks like it was involved. A couple more dents added to him. Let's see, was this the point right here? He got in contact with the 5.
Gonna try to get under him here. Oh, he's trying to get into him there. Oh, and they put him into the pit wall. Right into the barrels. Oh, and then the 09 went around. Looked like there was a little bit more stack up there off of 4, right around the 09 of Bryce Sinisak. And looks like they may have been a little bit more contact back there in the back.
It looks like the 5 has not been making friends out there today.
No, absolutely not. It's a wonder he's still got a whole race car. Close call there with a couple of those other guys there. You see the bunch up there on the top.
Mostly everyone else avoided the calamity. He was able to get around it. So, with the caution coming out, that's actually going to extend the amount of laps we have to go. We're going to have a 2-lap shootout. We're going to be 1 lap over our scheduled distance to get this thing finished.
It's going to come down to a green-white checker. And I don't know if I've ever seen a green-white checker on a dirt track. So I know how they normally go down on asphalt, and it's normally not pretty. So I'm concerned about what we might see here, but I'm sure it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this will be any different, any better, any worse. We saw the 26 get a good jump, the 24 get a good jump. What happens this time on the restart? 2 laps to go. Off and away, Gary once more. 24 throwing it up there, maybe a little bit too hard. That might cost him second place. Here comes the 25 Johnson looking to the inside. Can he get that second place spot? Can the 97 get a podium? We'll see. White flag in the air out for Gary. One more lap around.
24 ripping the lip again. Doesn't hit the wall. He's going to need a huge run here if he's going to do anything. I don't think it's going to be enough. Tyler Gary one more time to turns 3 and 4. Here he comes, start finish line. Tyler Gary is going to win the first ever VDRA race. What a show they put on tonight.
Fantastic job there for Tyler Gary. Freiberger in second, Johnson third, Jacob York and Jordan Martin will round out your finishes here as the fireworks are on display. Trying to get a good shot of them. I don't have a good camera for these, unfortunately. They're off in the distance. But Tyler Gary taking home the victory.
Yeah, what a race from Gary. I think that was a very measured race, a very great performance from him there. I think kind of bided his time just a little bit there at the start, and then I'd like to believe he might have saved a little bit of tire. Maybe he can tell us different, but I think he did a great job there of navigating that traffic and passing those leaders there.
Solid job there, parking it right in front where they would be giving him the trophy. Well-earned job for him. A solid job in the office for Tyler Gary taking home the victory. We look through the rest of our finishers, and that's really hats off to that top 3. They fought so hard all race long. They kept it fairly clean as well.
Yeah, they kept it very respectful up there for those that top 3 positions. I mean, those guys were really, scrapping, brawling. They were 3 wide at one point there for an entire lap. And don't really know if we ever saw anybody lay a door to each other. So, yeah, very, very respectful racing up front, very impressive, and that's what we thought we'd see out of these guys. We knew we had some really talented guys in here, and they proved that tonight.
Really solid job for them indeed. And then you look on back, Jacob York, Jordan Martin, Casey Bormeyer had a very quiet day, finished up in 6th. Carter Coop had some attrition, fought back for 7th. JJ Crow in 8th, Joseph Swan in 9th, Travis Beckner, big amount of damage to his car, but managed to get away with a top 10. Moving on to our next row, our next 10 drivers. Chris DeBoer in the 56 and 11. Jacob Bell managed to come back to 12th, considering he had a damaged car. Passed a lot of drivers that ended up retiring or finishing down the order. Then Bryce Senesac, Daryl Bass in 14th. Connor Hughes in the number 5. We saw him throwing on quite a bit, taken out essentially near the end, back in 15th. Lakatos in 16th. Dalton Kane going to be annoyed with his finish tonight, back in 17th. Ed Robertson 18th, Ryan Swan 19th, with Chris Seidenfeld in 20th.
Yeah, I'm going to round out the field. It's going to be Mason Kane. You're going to have Austin Davis down here in 22nd. Jordan Navarro, 23rd, rounding out the field, Brett Pankari.
And that's going to round out our field of 24 drivers that took place tonight. As we wait for more of the drivers to jump in for interviews, we'll talk with our race winner, Tyler Gary. CTP, you got a copy?
Tyler Gary, are you with us?
Hello.
Hey, I'm glad to hear you, Tyler. You saw you up there with your beautiful Penske, I've got to say. Fantastic looking car, but all things aside, that car fought extremely hard to get to where it is. Walk us through how your race went.
Yeah, I noticed early in the race that the bottom seemed to be dominant, and even in practice when the tracks looked off, it seemed the bottom was pretty good no matter what. And I saw those 2 guys in front of me move up early, so I saw my chance, but every time I got around them, it felt like if we get an immediate yellow and I'd have to line up back behind them. But really, we just kept pounding the bottom, really just try to make it work the whole time, and eventually we broke through to the lead and just held on to her.
Now, fair to correct me if I'm wrong, and I most likely am because I'm not a proficient with dirt racing. Are you surprised that the top lane didn't really come in? Because usually I've seen a lot of times the top lane starts to get a little bit better later on the run, or was it just too compacted and the high line just way too out of the way?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think these cars are just a little too slow to make the top work if it's that far around. At least at a track like this where you kind of kill your momentum in the center. At a more flowy track like an Eldora or like a Charlotte or something, I think the top will work better, but like this slower of a track, the bottom just kind of dominated.
Hey, Tyler, I wanted to ask you, how do you think that tire wear played into factor to tonight? Do you think it was a factor at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know I was trying to manage early in the race. I was talking the race with Travis, and I know he was doing the same thing. When they got down in front of me, I was like, all right, well, it's not going to be easy to pass them unless I just basically move them out of the way, and I didn't want to do that quite yet. So I just try to save the right rear, be real easy on the throttle. Even when I had a couple tenth lead, I try to just manage it, make sure I wasn't spinning the tires coming down the straightaways, because that's really what can kill you.
Awesome. Well, great run tonight, man. I would ask you if you got any sponsors you'd like to thank, but maybe the person that's on the hood of your car there, you want to tell us who that is and maybe what the story is behind that?
Yeah, so that's my girlfriend. I was talking to her earlier, and she said if I put her on the car, that she will buy dinner next time we go out. So dinner's on her next time. So we gotta go to a nice steak restaurant or something. Something expensive, you know.
That's right. Well, awesome deal, man. Great run tonight. Congratulations on the first ever VDRA win, and we look forward to seeing your success the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys.
All right, with that, we'll finish talking to Tyler Gary, and we'll talk to our second place finisher, Jaden Freiberger. And Jaden, both you, Tyler, and Clayton had a fantastic fight up there near the front. You had the lead for a short amount of time. Unfortunately, it wasn't a win, but walk us through how your race went.
Oh, it was pretty good. Just hung around there in second for a bit, and then found the middle was coming in, got the lead, and then just got hung out there a little bit too long when the track went to the bottom, and lost the lead there and tried a few things, but couldn't get back by. So congrats to him on the win, but it was a good race.
Yeah, definitely. And walk us through as far as we saw you were fighting with Clayton for so long, and then you eventually found your way past. How did you manage to get it done? Well, did you try to change up your line? Did you catch him sleeping? What did it take to get around him?
I just changed up the line. I followed him for a while, and then I just moved up a little bit and used the banking for momentum a little bit, and got around him. But after that, I just got hung out there a little too long.
Jaden, what a incredible looking race car you got there tonight. Got any sponsors that you'd like to thank for making this happen?
Yeah, I'd like to thank ARC Racing, Fusion Setups, Freiberger Heating Cooling. That's about it. Just all the guys at ARC. Race with them a bunch, and it's a ton of fun.
Awesome. Well, again, incredible run tonight. Y'all put on a hell of a show. It's going to be a great watch. I can't wait to go back and watch this back, and I'm sure you too. Y'all put on a great show for these fans, and incredible run. Can't wait to see what you do the rest of the season.
Thanks. Hopefully talk to you again here soon.
All right, thanks for talking to us, Jaden. And with that, I don't think we have Clayton Johnson. I was trying to see if he's in the Discord. I don't think he is, so I think we'll have to skip him for interviews, but got to talk to our top two finishers, and man, what a race for the lead it was near the front.
Yeah, that was a great battle. Like I was just telling him, man, that was a lot of fun to watch. I had a feeling that those guys were going to put on a great show tonight. Like we said, we were worried about talking about the tire wear, and it looks like that's what Gary did. Looks like he laid back on those guys, kind of let them burn their stuff up late, mix it up there for the front, and then he just kind of swooped in and stole the show. But they made it exciting for sure.
Definitely made it exciting. What a fantastic way to kick off this series, but that'll be all essentially here from the Lanier Speedway here for round number 1 for the VDRA Late Model Series. But they're not going anywhere quick. We got a long schedule ahead. If I'm not mistaken, I think about 24 rounds heading all the way to October. Round number 2, though, will be starting in just 1 week's time, heading to USA Speedway. And that'll also be on Sim TV as well. But for tonight, my name is Fini Kuna here with Brad Slaughter. Of course, Brad, thank you for jumping on last second to assist me. I'll be signing off from Sim TV. Thank you so much for watching.